Welcome back. Former Housing Minister Kenneth Russell says his feud with Prime Minister Ingram hasn't changed his desire to represent the people of High Rock who make up the new East Grand Bahama constituency. In more of an interview taped yesterday, Clint Watson talks with Russell about what good has come out of a bad situation.
What I'm hearing people are saying about me, these beta male for them saying about me, I am disappointed.
Yet despite this, Kenneth Russell believes he still has the support of residents in the High Rock, soon-to-be East Grand Bahama constituency. He says if the calls he and his family have been receiving are any indication, then he's still the right man for the job. If one good thing in his favor came out of Sunday's meeting-turned-mini rally, Russell says it's an issue he has been fighting for.
Prime Minister said that he would select the candidates and he would bring his team to Grand Bahama. This week he said that the Constituency Association will select at least 2 persons and send the name forward with their recommendation to the party, which shows that now there's some level of democracy in this selection process.
Russell's making it clear that he has no problem with anyone wanting to run in the new East Grand Bahama constituency. All he's asking for is a fair process in making the selection. Despite Prime Minister Ingram's plans not to run him again, he's still hoping to put his name in the hat. But when we ask what's his plan if he wasn't successful in securing the party's nomination, well, he says it wasn't something he had given thought to.
Between now and that time, there may be a lot of other water pass under the bridge, and I may decide not to cross the bridge. So I'm not gonna say that I will run for someone else or a different group. I've been in the FNM longer than Hubert Ingram. I still believe in the general philosophy of the FNM. There may be some bastardization that has taken place, but I believe in the general philosophy. And if High Rock people feel, or if East Grand Bahama people feel as though they should send my name into the party, then fine. Thanks very much. Okay. I will not try to encourage them to do anything what they shouldn't do. I will not try to encourage them to do anything for me. I will allow them to do what they feel is right to do.
Optimistic, Russell says he's a firm believer that God is in control.
I don't need to be a member of parliament. When I came here, I fought coming here. I came here because this is where God sent me. If people want me to move further, then they will rally around me and show me that they want me to go further. If people do not want me to move any further, they will not support any action that I've done so far.
In our final report, Kenneth Russell defends his actions leading up to his firing. We'll also hear about this proposed Grand Bahama project at the center of this issue. Clint Watson, ZNS News.
The legislative framework for general elections is being strengthened. The polling division order, which went into effect yesterday, was tabled in the House of Assembly late last evening after it was signed by the Governor General. According to Prime Minister Ingram, each constituency will have no more than 14 polling divisions with no more than 400 constituents in each. Meantime, the comprehensive compilation package of bills related to the Meanwhile, the comprehensive compilation package of bills related to the financial services sector was passed last evening as well. 7 of the bills are designed for banking and investment companies to keep proper accounting records. Janaea Noel Ferguson has more.
Despite claims by members of the opposition that the FNM administration is borrowing at an alarming rate, State Finance Minister Shivargo Lang said given the economic challenges, the government had to either borrow, increase taxes, or fire government workers, the latter of which they failed to do.
Where's the biggest spending in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas' budget? It's in salaries. And so, by his count, we should do what they have been doing all across the globe. We should reduce the salary bill of the government. Well, what does that mean? That means sending civil servants home. That means reducing their income. That means that we are going to deflate an already lethargic economy.
During wrap-up of debate on the 15 financial bills that were passed in the House of Assembly Monday evening, Lang said that the PLP, on the other hand, borrowed millions of dollars with nothing to show for it.
There were no new schools built in the period. There was no substantially new set of roads or infrastructure laid in the period. No government office complex in the period. What was the capital, the $800 million borrowed for? In unprecedentedly good times.
Meanwhile, MP for Fort Charlotte Alfred Sayers closed debate for the opposition. He made these recommendations that he said will greatly benefit the financial industry.
Mr. Speaker, what is stopping us from articulating the interests of ourselves as an offshore financial center and the utility of such centers to the global economic system? That's all we're saying, Mr. Speaker. Let us not wait until we are on the defensive and being threatened with listing, either whitelisting or blacklisting or any kind of listing.
While the government has borrowed a substantial amount of funds, Lang said that the investments made will put us in a better position for economic growth in the future. Chinea Noel Ferguson, ZNS News.
Prison guards say they were forced to shoot an inmate who escaped from custody early this morning. 28-year-old Dorian Ambrister, who was serving a 27-month sentence for stealing from a shop, reportedly jumped out of a bathroom window at the Princess Margaret Hospital where he was receiving treatment. Officers say he threatened them with a blunt wooden object, forcing them to shoot. Prison officials say Ambrister, who was hospitalized on Monday, was under 24-hour guard. He was permitted to use a bathroom and used the opportunity to escape, despite the fact that he was outfitted with restraints. He was captured at 6:05 p.m., just 25 minutes after he got away. Ambrister's injuries are considered not to be life-threatening. An investigation is underway. Well, some good news for a segment of police officers this holiday season. According to the chairman of the Police Staff Association, Dwight Smith, they reportedly received confirmation that some 500 officers will be paid increments next week.
We want to say thank you to the government that lived to their word in ensuring that at least 500 persons who work in the police department will have a more joyful Christmas.
Now, Sergeant Smith also explained which group of officers will be receiving the payment.
And those persons who will reach their marks in terms of increment in 2008. Not those who will pass 2008, but those who will reach their marks at 2008, so that they will now have and enjoy their salary to be to a cap where it ought to be for this particular time, this year, 2011, July 2011.
After much anticipation, the Ministry of Tourism is preparing once again to be housed under one roof. It's been a long wait, but government employees in the country's #1 industry, now working out of separate offices around the capital, will be located in the new Bahamas Tourism Center before the year is out, according to sources. The move has been incremental, as there are many renovations needed to the newly built office complex located on John F. Kennedy Drive. Meantime, some news from the international beat. The widening gap between the rich and the poor is not just a problem in America and here, caused by the international financial crisis, but according to a new study by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, income inequality in most economically developed countries is the worst it has been in nearly 25 years. 24/7 Wall Street reviewed the OECD's report and identified the 10 countries with the worst income inequality. The 10 countries on the list are ranked by their levels of income inequality, include Chile, Mexico, and Turkey. So imagine a country saying no to Walmart. Well, that's what India did recently. The country suspended its plan to open its huge retail sector to foreign companies such as Walmart. India's business community was in support of the initial decision and saw it as a long overdue reform. The government and some economists said foreign retailers would bring better prices for farmers and lower prices for consumers. But opposition parties in India and even some members of the governing coalition protested, saying the local mom-and-pop stores that are at the heart of the India retailing would be crushed.